Welcome to WFMY News 2 at noon. We have a lot of news developing this hour. I'm Megan Malaris.
And I'm Lauren Coleman. Happening right now, a high-stakes recount just wrapped up to determine who will head to the general election for North Carolina Senate District 26.
As you're aware, we've been following the very tight race between incumbent Phil Berger and Rockingham County Sheriff Sam Page for weeks now since primary election day. Both Guilford and Rockingham counties completed recounts and found no change. Right now, we're bringing you live team coverage from the two recounts. Giselle Thomas live in Rockingham County, where a recount this morning showed no change, and Amber Lake live in Guilford County, where just moments ago this recount wrapped up. So, Amber, let's start with you. What do you know happened there?
Megan, Lauren, this was a critical step in the process. It started around 9:30 this morning here in Guilford County. In the bottom of the Guilford County Courthouse, a lot of the Board of Elections employees spent 2.5 hours nearly hand counting every single one of the ballots in that sample hand-to-eye ballot recount. And that involved from two different precincts, Oak Ridge Town Hall and McLeansville Baptist Church. We have some video of the workers earlier this morning, but we have adjourned for the day, and there have been no changes made because of those ballots that were hand counted. We had 8 workers that were going through ballot by ballot, audibly calling out each vote. You could have actually heard them say the candidates' names out loud, Berger or Page. And then at the end of the hand-to-eye count, we had the Board of Elections members vote on 6 ballots from Oak Ridge and 10 ballots from McLeansville. And what they did is they discussed voter intent regarding these ballots. And at the end of it all, again, no change was made. So we are going to wrap up here because I believe that we're going to be talking to the Board of Elections Director, Charlie Collicutt. He's going to walk us through what the next steps are. Again, this was a 2.5-hour long process. And so we're going to go chat with him about, the results being sent to the state and what we can expect next, guys.
All right, thanks, Amber. Yes, this is so interesting to watch all these new developments, a lot of them procedural, but still a really tight race so far. Now let's get to our Giselle Thomas, who's live in Rockingham County. Giselle, that recount started first and wrapped up fairly quickly. Recap what happened there.
Yes, now the hand-to-eye recount here wrapped around 9:30. It only lasted for about an hour. We were able to talk to the Board of Elections chair, who says that it was the exact same, even going back from that recount by machines of last week, and then also the same numbers as Election Day. Now that's for that race between Phil Berger and also Sam Page. Now, one by one, 5 election workers today carefully counted each ballot. They read the names and they recorded it. The ballots today were the Monroeton precinct. Now keep in mind, it was selected at random by the state, and one of several processes as this race continues. Incumbent Phil Berger has filed 4 protests in both Rockingham and Guilford counties over different disputes. Now, the chair of the Board of Elections here in Rockingham County says that each process is normal and he wants to reinforce transparency in this case.
When the vote is this close, it's easy for people to think, well, there's an attempt to overthrow the vote or overturn the vote, or something's going on we don't understand. And certainly you may not understand it, but this goes on in every election. It's just that most of the time there's not enough provisional votes to change the outcome of the election. But with an election this close, every vote truly does count.
Now, in the crowd today, Sheriff Sam Page came to listen in. He says that he was following the processes, and if results continue to be the same, he will push for Berger to concede.
I've never done this before. As a sheriff, generally, after you have an election period, pretty much that night is the night, and then it's made official in a few days. I feel like we're winning. It's just we have to go through the process. It's a process set up by our laws, and we have to follow those laws.
Now, I also did reach out to the Phil Berger campaign for comment. We're still waiting at this time to hear back. In the meantime, just keep in mind the results of this will then solidify the Republican candidate for that Senate District 26 race, who will then go against the Democratic candidate, Steve Luking, and they will run in November. Live in Rockingham County, Giselle Thomas, WFMY News 2.